Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Habs post-game show here on Line Grit the Mike Live. This Montreal Canadiens post-game show after Game 5. And oh my God. I can't be too loud. I can't be too loud. I got my roommate sleeping right now. I can't be too loud. But what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? It just it felt like, oh, Oh, let me pull this up because I'm not yelling anymore. But oh my God, there's Sarah A in the comment section. RIP my earphones. You got lucky. Congrats. The Habs did get lucky. They also got very unlucky because Jake Muzzin got 2 goals in the third period. When was the last time Jake Muzzin got 2 goals in one period? When was the last time that Jake Muzzin got 2 goals in one period? As a defenseman, as a defensive defenseman of the Toronto Maple Leafs, they have Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, okay, not Tavares. Like he was in the stands, he's doing better, but it just felt like going into this game, I was prepared to be just, it's okay. The Habs are going to lose because they dressed Eric Gustafsson and John Merrill as their third pairing over Brett Kulak and Alexander Romanov. And Eric Gustafsson in this game, he played 10 minutes in a game that went to overtime. Let me refresh that and make sure it's good. Yeah, 10 minutes in a game that went to overtime. So why would you dress Eric Gustafsson? But the Montreal Canadiens, yes, Justin Mellon, the Habs will have a Game 6 at home at the Bell Center with fans in attendance. Now, the Habs have been god-awful on home ice in the last 2 or 3 years. And they were god-awful in Game 3 and 4 on home ice. But maybe, just maybe, having fans in attendance will make a difference in Game 6. But let's back up a little bit. Like Sheldon saying there, I don't understand not dressing Romanov. Now, man, so again, I was ready to just, again, the Habs are just, they don't want to win this game. They're not dressing. They're going to have John Merrill and Eric Gustafsson as a third pairing in the lineup when they don't even have the last change against a team that has Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander. And so it's okay, whatever. They're going to lose. That's it. But Yoel Armia, the Yoel Armia, Eric Stahl, and Corey Perry, 4 checks, forces a turnover on Rasmus Sandin. Puck comes out to Yoel Armia in a 2-on-1, does the right thing, shoots, and scores. 1-0 Montreal. All of a sudden, the road team scored the first goal in every game so far this series. 1-0 Montreal. Minutes later, what have the Habs not been doing in Game 3 and Game 4? What have they not been doing? Well, they've been shooting pucks from a mile away at Jack Campbell, making life easy for him. And even then, there have been rebounds all over the place left by Jack Campbell. I'll get to the comments in a little bit here. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna get to all your comments a little bit here. But so Jack Campbell, again, is just the Habs have been making his life easy for him in Game 3 or 4. I don't care if the Habs outshot the Leafs in Game 4. It was goalie practice for Jack Campbell. But now, on that goal by Armia, they all of a sudden started getting more bodies to the net. Corey Perry spins around, fires it on net. Yoel Armia beats out the Leafs defense in around the net. And Yoel Armia buries it off of Justin Hall. 2-0 Habs. So, okay, we have hope now. We have life. There's maybe the Habs could actually pull this off. And I'll get to all the comments about Romanov in a second. Second period. Oh, well, going to the second period. The Habs have been absolutely dominated in the second period this series. William Nylander in Game 1. Game 2, Austin Matthews and Rasmus Sandin in Game 2. Game 3, Morgan Rielly and William Nylander again. Game 4, where do I start? Friggin', it was, I even lost count. Spezza, Thornton. Who else was there? I don't even know. Just their dinosaurs in the second period of Game 4. But then tonight, the Habs, Kotkaniemi, who, by the way, played lights out tonight, was just balling, for lack of a better term, just relentless in terms of his effort on the forecheck is effort in the offensive zone. He only played 13 minutes, believe it or not. Jesperi Kotkaniemi only played 13 minutes. And in those 13 minutes, he was one of the Habs' best forwards. Relentless on the forecheck. Causes a turnover on Rasmus Sandin again. Goes right to the net. Buries it on Jack Campbell. 3-0 Montreal Canadiens. Oh, they're actually going to do this. But then the Canadiens, their poor play, their bad habits catch up to them. A questionable icing leads to a face-off in the Habs zone, of course, with the weakest line defensively on the night, SUZUKI, Toffoli, and CAUFIELD. Obviously, they scored the overtime winner, which we'll get to. But they've been a liability against the Austin Matthews line all night in regulation, plain and simple. And that line, the Matthews line, Hyman, Marner, made him pay for it. 3-1. The Leafs have some life. 3-1 after 40 minutes. But the Habs, they tied it in the second period. They didn't win it in the they didn't completely fall behind in the second period. So, okay, the Habs just have to do what they've been doing in the third period so far this series, and they'll be okay. But Jake Muzzin, first of all, Gallagher, questionable penalty at the blue line, the only penalty the Habs took in the game. And the Leafs have a power play. They don't get anything, but Jake Muzzin with a shot from the point through a maze of 4 bodies. 4 bodies. Price doesn't see it at all. 3-2. Okay, we're starting to panic here. We're starting to get nervous. Here. Then all of a sudden, Alex Galchenyuk, who had 3 points in game 4 on the rush with Jake Muzzin, Muzzin drops off to Galchenyuk, who puts a seemingly harmless shot towards the net, and Jake Muzzin deflects it in at the last second between Carey Price's legs. Now, to this point, it's 3-3. But, again, if it wasn't for this man right here, I'm going to keep pointing at in all my post-game shows here. And again, we're going to get to your comments in a little bit. Don't worry. We're going to get to your comments here. And I want you to share the emotional roller coaster that you just went through in the last 3 hours in the comment section. All right? That's what you guys are going to do for me. Please, in the comment section, and I will read all of your reactions. But because of this man right here, Carey Price, stoning Mitch Marner in the first period on a 2-on-1. Stoning Zach Hyman at the beginning of the third period on a breakaway for the millionth time. The Leafs get a breakaway and Carey Price shuts the door. I even lost count. I mean, I wrote it all here in my notes. Glove save on Kerfoot, 2-on-1 at the beginning of the second. Glove save on Kerfoot. Where else? Price, huge save on Nylander late in the first period. He had another one in the third period. There was the 2-on-1 I already mentioned with Marner. Price gave the Habs a chance to win again. And at the beginning of overtime, the two of the most important young players in the Montreal Canadiens, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, benefit from a misplay at the Habs blue line by the Leafs defense. Who would have known, right? Classic Leafs defense, just blowing it at the blue line. 2-0 in overtime. Give, go. And they showed Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews what to do on a 2-0. They showed Connor McDavid and Jesse Puljujarvi what to do on a 2-0 in overtime. 2 young players with the game on the line, with their season on the line. Give, go. Caulfield, the shooter, say, you know what? I'm going to just nice and poised, nice and calm, hold on to it, pass it back to Nick Suzuki, who buried the overtime winner to force a Game 6 at the Bell Center in front of fans for the first time since I was at the last game at the Bell Center with fans. I believe I was at the last game at the Bell Center with fans. The Montreal Canadiens, they actually, ironically enough, they blew a 3-0 lead to the Carolina Hurricanes, and Jeff Petrie scored the overtime winner. And I was there. And that was the last goal by Philip Deneau he didn't score for like over a calendar year after that, but then he had his 4 goals this season. He ended that in Vancouver on the road. But, man, it just felt like we got played when the Leafs came back, tied at 3. I thought the Habs had no chance. I honestly thought the Habs had no chance at that point. But, man, Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, proving us wrong and giving us a Game 6. Let's get to your comments here now. Starting with, let's see, Roger Delaney going back to Romanov or Randy N. What excitement. We're alive. Yes, we are. Game 6 of the Bell Center in front of fans. I mean, hopefully the Habs don't stink at the Bell Center like they have all season again, but hopefully they'll be inspired to win in front of their fans. Roger Delaney, do you think Romanov is being punished for something? Honestly, I have to give a shout out to, I forget who it was on Twitter, mentioned that Romanov, we know he doesn't speak English very well. He tries. Love his effort to try to speak English in interviews, but That's the only reason why, to me, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's not a valid enough reason to keep him out of the lineup, but that's the only possible, maybe sort of reason why Romanov was is being held out of the lineup. I just can't explain it. I don't have a valid explanation. At this point, Romanov should be in the lineup, especially considering that Gustafsson, as a sixth defenseman, only played 10 minutes and 16 seconds. And Weber and Sherratt played 28. Sherratt and Weber were on the ice pretty much the entire third period. Weber played 27 minutes. Petrie played, where do I have Petrie here? 24 minutes. So, okay, Roger, do you think we're mad? Yeah, so I got to that. Randy, Habs live and die by the turnovers and transition. Example in the second, Armia goal. KK goal in the overtime, Suzuki goal, believe. Yes, so that's one thing that's been working for the Montreal Canadiens, of course, is converting off of or just trying to bait teams into turnovers, forechecking. It hasn't worked so far in the series, but it worked tonight. And the Habs are opportunistic, and they buried the chances that they created and the chances that they got. And also, by the way, Sarah A is a very nice lady, so treat her nice in the comment section. She's a Leaf fan, but she's a very nice lady, so treat her nice in the comment section, guys. All right, Randy? Habs got to keep the same type of start on Saturday, absolutely, but they have to have a much better finish. Let's be real. The Habs have to be much better at finishing the game and not just, this guy can give him a chance to win, but he can't do it all by himself. So the Habs have to have a better effort throughout the entirety of the hockey game instead of just the first 20, 30 minutes. Randy, again, Langer, did you see the quick whistles when Campbell barely had the puck? I counted 3 occasions where the ref whistled too fast. Yes, I did. And that's, again, just another example of Campbell he's not good with his rebounds. Price gave up some in the first period. Or actually, sorry, in the third period. He gave up some rebounds, but he also did a fantastic job covering so many rebounds throughout many times in the game where there was just traffic all over the net and just he didn't give up any second or third chances. But then again, the quick whistles, look, it is what it is. But hey, if you have bodies in front, you make Campbell's life miserable. He'll give you those chances. He'll give you a goal every now and then, as will all goalies. Kind of like Carey Price tonight. Also, you put bodies in front of him, you deflect at the last second, you'll score on him. Sheldon Weisberg, all hail Carey Price, 100% agreed. Randy, we need a cardiologist after my heart went like a roller coaster. Yep, me too. Again, just that roller coaster of emotions of like from the beginning of the game of being like, okay, whatever. They're putting in Gustafsson over friggin' Kulak, who hasn't done anything wrong, and they're keeping Romanov out of the lineup, to, oh, the Habs up 3-0. They could actually pull this game, steal this game, and force a game 6. So then the Leafs coming back, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. Typical Leaf fashion. They're usually the ones blowing the 3-0 leads, or the 3-goal leads. And the Habs, here they are blowing a 3-goal lead, and the Leafs could have very well ended the series tonight. But then, when at a time where you felt like all hope was lost, the Habs within the first minute over overtime come back, win the game with their 2 most important young players of the organization. Cole, nice rush, unselfish kid from Sheldon. Yeah, again, you would have thought he was going to shoot there, but on a 2-0, CAUFIELD and Suzuki were poised with the game on the line and did exactly what needed to be done in a 2-0 situation to finish the game on Jack Campbell. I personally wasn't 100% sure it went in yet. I had to look at the ref pointing just to be 100% sure before I went absolute ape crap. So great play by Suzuki and CAUFIELD to bury it, of course. Perry and Stahl played well, as well as Byron and Anderson. Perry and Stahl, Perry played well. Stahl was a little bit not visible. Byron and Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson had another kind of frustrating game. He was involved physically. I think I saw somewhere he had 6 shots, 3 hits. But there were times where just, I don't know, man. I don't know what, like, he just has not been the same since game 1. I will say that about Josh Anderson. He wasn't as good as he was in game 1 at any point this series. Perry saw, okay, good. Hey, Mike, buddy, let's go. From David Arthur, yes, let's go. Sarah, yes. Again, just take good care of Sarah in the comment section there. She's a Leaf fan, but a very nice Leaf fan. So take it easy on Sarah there. All right, so Storm Edwards, this is going to be interesting. Calm down, dude. You guys literally got 2 garbage goals, and the Leafs played brutal. Plus, Price made a few saves that made you question if he is human. The Leafs will finish the series. Well, remember, so 2 things. First of all, I think Jake Muzzin's shot from like along the ice with like 8 guys in front is kind of a garbage goal. Is that not? I think Zach Hyman with like after Mitch Marner pulled Price all the way out of his net, great play by Marner, and Zach Hyman had to beat John Merrill and Shea Weber playing double goalie. That like and Shea Weber almost stopped it, but I think that's kind of a garbage goal too. I also think that Jake Muzzin just getting his stick on the puck at the last second, having it deflect perfectly between Price's legs, that's a skill goal, but also a very lucky goal. And guess what? In 2010, Carey Price, you're saying Carey Price tonight was questioning if he was human. Well, guess what? Yaroslav Halak was not human in 2010. And look what happened to the Washington Capitals. Look what happened to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So that's all I have to say there. Storm Edwards, good that you're a Tampa fan. Honestly, if the Leafs get past the Habs and past the Jets, I guess, in the second round, I'll be cheering for Tampa because I'm assuming Tampa will make it that far. I'll be cheering for you, Storm Edwards, but I'm sorry, like the Habs, like Price is playing up to a salary. That's the way the Habs are designed, for Price to steal games for them, and it's working for them. So anyway, Sarah, again, I may be a Leaf fan, but at least we can agree that we both hate the Bruins. Honestly, though, I don't hate the Bruins as much as I used to. I can go on a whole tangent about that, but they don't have Chara. They don't have Marsh. I mean, they still have Marchand. Okay, fine. But they don't have Lucic. They don't have Ferentz. They don't have Campbell. They don't have, like, I don't know. They're just not as hateable anymore. You know, obviously, I guess their fans are not cool, but I don't know. I don't hate Boston as much as I used to be honest. Randy and we're all Bruins haters. My dad, Papa Langer there. Habs scored as many goals tonight as they did in the first 4 games combined. Thank you for that stat there, Papa Langer. That is true. 2 goals in game 1, 1 goal in game 2, 1 goal in game 3, 0 goals in game 4. Habs scored all 4 tonight. But that might mean that they'll get shut out in game 6. So let's not get our hopes up either. David Arthur, good game. Randy N, I don't mind if the Leafs play 2 more brutal games. I mean, who knows? Thanks for the well said on the Leafs goals. Yes, Sarah Oy, there's still 1 more game for us. Randy Halak is superhuman. Sheldon Weisberg in slow-mo. You can see that Price was expecting the puck to hit his left leg and wanted to steer clear with his stick. Barely anything even Hasek could do on a goal like that. I guess you're talking about the Muzzin goal. Yeah, just look, it was a perfect deflection by Muzzin. Don't get me wrong, but that was also a little bit, just you need a little bit of luck for that to be as well executed as that was. Maybe not a Bruins hater, Randy, but Boston broadcaster Jack Edwards hater. I mean, yeah, look, honestly though, like here's my thing. If you don't want to listen to Jack Edwards, just don't watch Nesson. If you don't want to listen to Dave Bowen, don't listen to Sportsnet on the radio. Don't listen to Sportsnet Leafs coverage. If you don't want to hear Pierre Houds et le but, don't watch RDS. So look, it is what it is. And just look, if you really hate him, block him on social media. So you don't have to ever see his tweets. You don't have to even know that he exists if you really hate him that much. But look, home announcer, like regional announcers, they'll pull for their home team. They'll be, they'll call the game in favor of their home team. So look, if you it is what it is. And, just don't watch it on Nesson. That's all. Right. So, yeah, Sarah A there, holy Mackinac, exactly, from Joe Bowen, right? A couple other things I want to mention, though. Keep the comments firing away. I'll get to them, back to them in a sec. A couple of other nice things I want to mention, though, is one really important thing in this game was Philip Deneau, who has been awful in the faceoff circle all series, particularly against Austin Matthews. Well, tonight, give me a sec. I'll pull it out over here because he was at 5 for 7 midway through the second, and I'd like to assume that he can't be much worse than that. Philip Deneau finished 19 for 29 in the faceoff circle tonight, after being, I think it was a 10 for 24 in game 4, and like a 6 for 22 in game 3. Kind of pulling that out of the back of my mind, but he was 19 for 29 tonight, and that made a huge difference. And the power play is still an issue, though. Power play is still an issue with that effort that they had in the second period. The one power play they had in the game, Gustafsson didn't really make a difference, right? Gustafsson didn't make a difference in the 30 seconds that he played on the second wave. First wave, by the way, I think was Weber as a right winger. Weber was lined up as a right winger, and you had Petrie, and I think it was Toffoli and Suzuki, and I forget, but it was a weird formation on the faceoff. I get for the power play there. I guess when things aren't going well, just throw a bunch of darts at the wall and hope one of them hits, I guess, right? But yeah, Deneau had a really good game in the faceoff circle. He was key. Again, like Austin Matthews, another game without any points, I don't think, right? He didn't have a goal. He has one goal in the series. I don't want to jinx that because he'll probably get a hat trick in game 6 if I talk about that too much. But yeah, the Danault, also Gallagher. Brandon Gallagher did take the questionable penalty in the third period there, which the Leafs didn't score on the power play, but they scored after the power play. But Brendan Gallagher, like that Danault, Gallagher, Tatar line, they were what they had to be in this game. They were what they had to be. They didn't score, but they got a couple of decent looks. And they just didn't give the Matthews line that much time and space when they were matched up against them. At least the times that I saw. Let me see real quick. Danault, just one shot. What was it? Gallagher had 2 shots on net, and Tatar was no shots on net. Or sorry, 2 shots on net. 1 shot on net. But still, I like the way they skated. I like the way you kind of saw a little bit of the things that made them so effective in the last 3 years in terms of working together. They look like they're on the same page against each other, and they did a good enough job against who they're matched up against. Randy had better chance of Galchenyuk giving away the puck for an overtime goal and the Habs getting a power play goal. Hey, it happened. Yeah, there you go. I forgot to mention, honestly, I didn't really see the power play or the replay of the overtime goal because I was just so hyped up. But, I mean, Alex Galchenyuk for what he did, 3 points in game 4, and then the big assist on Jake Muzzin's goal. I guess it was, nice to see. Well, not nice because obviously, don't wish bad things on good people. But, I guess justice was served. Let's just put it that way. With Alex Galchenyuk turning the puck over on the overtime winner. Sheldon Weisberg, radical idea for the power play. Keep Weber in front of Campbell. So you've seen this before with the Boston Bruins back in the Stanley Cup final against the Vancouver Canucks. They tried to put Chara in front of Roberto Luongo on the power play. And I don't think it really worked for them because to me, to be a guy standing in front of the net, like you have to know what you're doing. You can't, it's one thing to be a big body, but if you're just going to be a pylon out there, like in today's NHL, players are too skilled. Even guys that are on the penalty kill, used to have guys that were just kind of like grinders / hustlers on the PK. But if Mitch Marner and Jason Spezza are the guys killing penalties for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and not, who can I think of? Dave Clarkson back in the day, right? When you have skilled guys on the other side killing penalties, you can't have guys that are pylons on the ice. So that's why, like Weber in front of Campbell. Honestly, I don't think I'd just not have Weber on the power play. That's simple. I'd have Romanov in the lineup. I'd have him and Petrie and maybe a mix of maybe Kulak, maybe Tatar, maybe Kotkaniemi. I don't think Weber belongs on the power play anymore. I'm sorry. I don't think he belongs on the power play anymore. Because when he scores, like he'll score a couple of shots off his slap shot, but it's not a high percentage play and it's telegraphed and teams see it coming and his shot's more effective at hurting people and scoring goals. Gallagher took that penalty or else Marner streams into the zone after the dump in. Yeah, so Gallagher, just be aware of that and win the puck battle. And also Gallagher did kind of get away with a bit of an interference play on Austin Matthews in the first. But overall, like that aside, I like the way that Gallagher played tonight. Randy Armia for me is an unsung hero as he plays so well with the puck. So here's the thing with Yoel Armia. And Twitter is all over this. Habs Twitter is all over this. Again, follow me at Mike Langer. But Yoel Armia is a guy that he'll do nothing for 9 games. But then in the 10th game, he'll score 2 goals. And then do nothing for the next 9 games. But then the 10th game, score 2 goals. So he's just that type of player, man. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, remember Andre Kostitsyn back in the day? Andre Kostitsyn was way more skilled than Yoel Armia. But sometimes you would be like, holy crap, he's a wrecking ball out there. Holy crap, his shot is unreal. Holy crap, look at his dangles. But then for 10, 15 games straight, be like, did Andre Kostitsyn play tonight? So it's the same story with Yoel Armia, man. Just he's a force down low. He's a big body. He can win battles down low in front of the net and get his stick on pucks to bury them, sure. But Yoel Armia is just a guy that, again, is just inconsistent. You just can't count on him to show up every game. Sheldon Weisberg, exactly what I was thinking, but it worked in 2013 at times, I guess, with Yoel Armia or Kostitsyn. Kostitsyn was gone in 2012. But anyway, Noah Siegel-London, that's only when he hits anywhere close to the net, referring to Weber, is so inaccurate. I agree. To me, I was going to point this out last game. To me, I feel like Shea Weber is incapable of taking a non-slap shot from the point. It has, like, if he catches it, it has to be a one-time slap shot, or it has to be he catches it, waits 5 seconds, winds it up, and shoots. He can't just get it, put it on net, which, as Jeff Petrie has shown you at times in the regular season, is just as effective to just get the puck quickly on net. Doesn't matter if it's a bomb from the point, but if you have traffic in front, and if you can get it to the net before the defense and the defenders and the goalie is ready for it, that's how you create scoring chances. That's how you create rebounds. That's how you create second chances, and that's how the Habs got their first 2 goals tonight. Noah's referring to Chara in front of the goalie on the power play. Oh, Sheldon, yeah, my bad. Oh, yeah, exactly. It was Chara in front of the goalie in 2011, I guess 2013 during their Stanley Cup run as well. And yeah, Weber's just one-trick pony. If he scores, it's low percentage. But anyway, guys, man, what a game. Like, I guess for all the times, yeah, lol Chara, big bird. At least he lost with Washington in the first round there. But yeah, that was just such a roller coaster of emotions. Such a just for all the difficulties that us Habs fans have had to deal with all season, with the condensed schedule, with the inconsistencies in their play from game to game, with the fired coach, with the fired goalie coach, with the fired assistant coach, with falling behind 3-1 and playing like absolute garbage on home ice in games 3 and 4, to now go up 3-0 with the season on the line, only to give it up, but then to score the overtime winner in less than 2 minutes into the hockey game. This is fun. This is why we love hockey. This is why we love playoff hockey. And hey, are the Habs going to win game 6? Not guaranteed. It'll be fun because there'll be fans. Sure. It'll be fun because they'll have a reason to play in front of their fans and all that. So they might play well, but let's just be thankful for moments like this. Obviously Habs fans and not Leaf fans, but I appreciate that Sarah in the comment section. As a Leaf fan, she is happy for us. And that is very hard to do as a Leaf fan, given all the heartbreak that Leaf fans have had to deal with over the last 20 years or 50 years. But yeah, let's just, the Stahl overtime winner, when we thought Eric Stahl was actually going to be a good addition, which whatever, I could talk about another time. The Cole Caulfield overtime winner against the Ottawa Senators, the Cole Caulfield overtime winner against the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Cole Caulfield debut in the AHL before that. Like, let's remember these moments, even if they don't really mean winning a Stanley Cup, but let's remember these moments and remember that it's for these games and these moments that we love watching hockey and love cheering for the teams that we cheer for. Even with the heartbreak and even with every negative aspect of that, let's, appreciate these moments for what they are. Couple of last minute comments here before we call it a night here. If the Habs only knew had a Robinson caliber D-man right now, I mean, I don't think there are any Larry Robinson caliber defensemen, and like maybe Victor Hedman, but I don't think so. Just not many defensemen are like Larry Robinson. There's Papa Langer in the comment section. Again, Matthews has only 1 goal, knock on wood, but Nylander has been producing like a top scorer. Any way to give Nylander the Matthews coverage? To me, my answer to that, Papa Langer, my dad, is if you cover Nylander like you're covering Matthews right now, well, then Matthews is going to score 3 goals a game. So it's a give or take, right? So, and Nylander, yeah, Sarah has been on fire during the playoffs, but also he's been on fire in almost every single game against the Montreal Canadiens for the last 3 years. So I guess you'll have to give Nylander the Matthews treatment, but you'll need Suzuki or Kakaniemi, who only played 10 minutes tonight, but a really good 10 or 13 minutes tonight, but a really good 13 minutes. Maybe if Jake Evans comes back, I don't know if he will come back, but if he does come back, you can't expect Danault, Gallagher, and Tatar to be that shutdown line against everyone, or Danault to shut down everyone. Danault can only shut down one line, and I'm perfectly fine with Danault focusing on the Matthews line, but that just means that you need the follow-up guys, whether it's Suzuki, who wasn't really good in defensively tonight, their line. You need Kakaniemi or Jake Evans to do the job and contain William Nylander. And of course, you need this guy to keep bailing you out and making big saves for you and hoping for the best. So that's all we have here on this Habs post game show here on Langer at the Mike Live. As usual, give me a big follow on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike Langer. Give me a big thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel, whether you're a Habs fan or a Leafs fan or a Tampa Bay fan or a Florida fan or a Dallas fan or an Arizona fan or just a human or not even a human, whatever. Give me a big subscribe to this channel as well if you enjoy my commentary. And as usual, thank you so much for tuning into my Langer at the Mike Habs postgame show. Langer at the Mike Habs postgame show. Enjoy the win, and I'll see you again next time Saturday night after game 6, whether it's the end of the season or not. Have a good night.